Now that we have this beautiful face, we wanna lay out the UV so we can texture it. Okay, we're gonna make this face really dramatic. So what we can do is click on this. This is the hyper shade. Okay. Uh, for this, because it's a face, we like to use a shiny, a little more dramatic material like a foam. Okay, we want to use foam for that. We certainly need a 2D texture. What is it? A checker. We want to make sure that the checker is good before we apply the real map on top of the face. And middle click on this checker and drag and drop on top of the ball. Make sure you have a 3-key mouse. You cannot do Maya without a mouse. Okay, go to color, choose the color channel. Okay, and of course the checker will be too big. Let's give it a try. I think the checker is too big. So select the face and put your mouse on top of the phone. Right click and choose assign material to viewport selection. You see it become shinier here. That means the phone is on top of it. We can go to shading, turn on the hover texturing. That way we can see the checker, but the checker is too big. So you click on this purple thing in your hyper shade. Let's go to 2D texture, place 2D texture, change repeat UV from 4 to 14. Or if you want to do 24, doesn't really matter, but this is good enough for me. Okay, look very good. Most of the checkers are not too bad, except the eyelid and certain spot is just not right. So what we want to do is select the face. Let me move the hyper shade away. Select the face and go to UV. We all know how to planar mapping a flat face, but this is not a flat face. We want to do spherical. Look at this. Okay, a spherical map. I think everything is perfect already. After this, we go to our UV editor. Where is that's the UV editor. That's the face. It's slightly, you see the checker is a little too flat. So what you want to do is just scale down until the checker looks pretty vertical, pretty square looking. Okay, I mean this is not very square, but it's not too bad. Okay, we can tolerate this. It's all right. Good. This is less distorted. This is less distorted. Okay, and then zoom in. Look at this. Yeah. See for the mouth. If you don't like this part, right click and choose UV. Okay, choose UV. You can select this part. Yeah, you can select from here. Shift select this. You're selecting UV. This is not polygon. Okay, and press W to move this down a little bit. See what I mean? You can adjust the UV by hand. You can do it. Okay, so that that's the inside. We don't want to worry about that. Leave that there. I think this is the point that we want. That's the point. Yeah, we want to move that a little bit. This we move that away because that really is irrelevant. Good. Okay, so you can use your hand to adjust that so that it's more square looking. Yeah, and this part is probably need a little adjustment. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but as decent as we can. Okay, like I said, that part can be slightly loosened, say this, so that it's more square looking. You know, everything can be done by hand. I think this way better. Oops. Way better. See, that make it almost perfect. And this thing doesn't need to be like completely perfect. Almost is almost as good as perfect. Okay, perfect. Except for like I said, this part is probably not good. Right click and choose face. Let's select some of the face. You know, in the middle. This look like a little too stretched. Maybe a bit more. Oops. Maybe a bit more. Press B because my brush is obviously too big. Press and hold on B. Use your left hand. Now you can select. You know, one more circle. Where's that? Here. I have to make it slightly larger. Use your left hand. Press and hold on B. You can control. I mean, maybe not that part. Yeah, that's okay. I'm just gonna do it. All right. I mean, this part is also stretched a little bit. I mean, it's not too bad. But if we give a planar wrapping on here, all right, and make sure you go to your channel box. You guys still remember planar wrapping, right? That's important to remember. Let's say give it 2, okay, and give 0. Did I do something? Oh, it's wrong. So X 90. Yeah. See, that's quite perfect. UV shell. Select this shell. W and move it here. Okay. Yep, that will be the top. It's looking quite good. We could yeah, we just keep this way. Okay, we don't want to overcomplicate your life. So that will be the face. I mean, this part really, I don't think it really matters because it's the bottom. I don't think your camera gonna look this way. Okay, it doesn't make sense. So if your camera is not gonna look at it, just keep it that way. If you somehow need the camera to look at this way, you need to process this part, do this part, just like the top of the head, okay? But I don't see why I have to do that, okay? Very good. Now I have this UV texture perfectly lined up, so I'm just gonna, maybe I should make this a little larger, so the checker, can connect a little bit, look the same. Very good. Move this here. Okay, make them like. Yeah, I think that looks a little better. And right click and choose UV shell. Select both shell and move them into this space. Press R key and scale them down. Scale them down evenly until they fully contained into this territory. And move down. This is quite perfect to me. Okay. Yeah. After that, go to the model. Right click. Choose object mode. Object mode. We're gonna export this. So go to image, UV snapshot. Okay, right here, UV snapshot. That's the UV snapshot window. It must be a square map. It's very square, 2048. That's quite good. Okay, it can be slightly smaller than that. Okay, the 1500. Like, let me make it 2000. I think I don't need that 48. Make sure it's JPEG. make sure you go to your project window, or if you want to go to your desktop, okay, either way, okay, that's up to you, okay. So for me, it's gonna go into my project folder and go into the image folder, okay. Yeah, that's good enough for me. So apply. I got the map, okay, very nice. Now I can close this. And make sure when you do this, this is object mode. Otherwise, it won't work. Make sure it's object, okay? I want to repeat several times. Yeah, otherwise, it won't work. Good. We're done with the UV part. Okay, then we move to Photoshop.